Alright guys, it's time to finally start Case 5. I can't believe we're already here. I don't know what to expect though. I just know it's probably going to be very climactic. The Hound of the Baskervilles. The adventure of the unspeakable story.
It's coming! Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistols I cocked, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared.
Well, I just noticed, is the other guy,
From the shadows of the
Gregson?
cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen.
It's a hellhound from Call of
Its
Duty.
eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames.
So it is a hellhound.
Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. "Look well, Wilson," Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast.
Wilson?
"For this is the diabolical hound of the Baskervilles."
Wait, like Wilson, like as in the guy who died, or Iris Wilson? I don't know. These intros are always they're really interesting because they're all kind of similar to one another because they're based on the story. All right. Anyways, our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. In that disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown to on the day we arrived in the country. And Suzeki-san's terrible ordeal that followed closely behind, we'd emerged victorious. However, there then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court, which was hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. So life in our little office was very quiet. That is, until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram. Telegram? What's a telegram again? Can I consult Google? A telegram definition. A message sent by a telegraph. Okay, well, what's a telegraph then? A system for transmitting messages from a distance. Oh, so like a text message? I guess in olden times. Naruto's legal place. Let's put my phone. Not my phone. Let's put my mouse away. That morning, I was woken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone, Suzato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Suzato-san? Yes. Is it time to leave for court already? Let me see. What case is it today? I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I? Oh, no, of course not. How silly of me. But I think Iris said she'd make breakfast for us this morning. Oh yes, and then Walter Jr. can like test it out and see if it's good. So shall we go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite? Yes. Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food. She does, doesn't she? Man, she can make fucking stories. She makes like gadgets. She makes good breakfast. It's like, what can't she do? And once our bellies are full, we can leave for court in fighting fit form. And I had some pizza pockets myself for breakfast. Let me see, what case is it today? Here we go again. Yeah, why is she acting like that? Anyways, more importantly, let's examine everything. Spring at last, and the weather's warmer now. But I love the smell of fire and the steam rising from the kettle. Oh hey, it's actually spring now! So the time that this game takes place actually makes sense with when I'm streaming this. Oh, would you like some tea, Naruto-san? Oh, that's okay, I had some tea already, like, a few minutes ago. I just finished up my tea. thank you, Susato-san, but I'm alright for now. But the green tea Susato makes from time to time, and Iris' unique herbal infusions. This place is paradise for a true tea lover. Tea gang, tea gang. Green tea is such a wonderful accompaniment to British tea cakes, don't you think? I mean, I fancy Earl Grey more, but sure, green tea is not the worst. I've only been here in London for about 2 months, so my desk is starting to look a little messy already. Oh, God. Looks like it almost looks as bad as my desk. Well, actually, my desk isn't that bad. Okay, never mind, my desk is pretty bad. I have, like, just snacks scattered all across my table. Like, I have a bag of pretzels, I have a bag of lemon candies, I have a bag of mini eggs, I have, that giant box that Cawfee sent me still. It's still full of treats. Haven't even finished the cotton candy she gave me. Like, I don't know, man. It's a wonderful gesture, though. And then on my other desk, I have, like, just a shit ton of games stacked on top of each other. Because I don't have a shelf to put my games in. And I'm too lazy to go out and buy a shelf or install a shelf. So I just put all my games, like, on top of my desk. Or my other one. But it's not really that bad. I don't know, I should take a picture of it sometime. You could tidy up once in a while. Susato-san, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies. And time spent tidying up is time you can't devote to the same cause. And time spent on ridiculous arguments is time that could be better spent on some simple housework. She wins, but I'm supposed to be the lawyer here. What else can I examine? What about the little, Dakimura in the background? Oh wait, no, it's a Daruma. Wait, what's a Dakimura again? Uh-oh. Am I about to find out something really bad? Oh no! I was thinking of Dakimakura, which is a fucking body pillow. Oh no! No! Ah, the Daruma doll I brought with me from home. Still, with only one eye to color in. I just had a color on the other eye once I won my first court case in here in Britain. It looks like it has a eye patch, like Big Boss. But you've won, haven't you? Twice, in fact. Because I feel as though I'm still lacking as a lawyer. Now you got caught lacking. I tell you what, why don't you color the other eye in once you think I'm a proper, fully fledged lawyer? So, never then? If you insist. What else? Chair. I can examine the table. Ooh. What's this? So this is the tea set the Susato-san brought with her from Japan. Let's hope she hasn't noticed me slipping sugar and milk into my cup when she makes it. It's just so bitter. Come on, who doesn't drink it without sugar and milk? I don't know. Either way, that's how I drink my tea. Always have. I can't drink tea without milk. Like, I can drink tea without sugar, but without milk? I don't know, man. I've tried it multiple times, and I just can't seem to enjoy it. It's like, whenever I make tea, I always check the fridge to make sure we have milk. Because if there's no milk in the fridge, I'm just, like, I have to, like, throw away the tea. Because, like, I'm like, fuck, I'm not drinking that without milk. Tea is a drink to be enjoyed, Naruhodo-san. You really don't have to force yourself to drink it, you know? I don't like to see you screw up your face, so... we got a mop. Shovel? That spade's been here since I started renting the place. Oh, sorry, spade. Oh, that's not a spade, Naruhodo-san. It's a oh, it is a okay. What's the difference? No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose materials. It's a spade. No, spades are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a shovel. Is this the equivalent of the stepladder conversation in this game? I don't want to dig a hole for wait, I don't want to dig a hole for myself, so let's leave it. That's like the equivalent of the stepladder conversation in all the other Ace Attorney games, isn't it? Wait, what's this letter on the floor? I don't know. Either way, let's examine. Look at this nice table here. That looks more like my desk, actually. It's square-shaped. Oh, hold on. Cawfee's messaging me. What's she saying? she's having fun right now. She's having a party right now with her family. So, yeah. That's why I'm here this morning. Love ya, hun. Oh, and one of my videos went up on YouTube. Alright. What is Mario, stupid? that video just went up right now. It's funny. I'm starting to upload all my videos 3 days after I stream them because YouTube's kind of bitchy with its whole limited ad situation. One time I had a video that took 4 to 5 fucking days to get reviewed. And I'm just like, yeah, this is why I don't upload my videos immediately. Cause man, it's so dumb. Alright. This must be the telegram, let's see. Ah! No, you mustn't look at that. Not under any circumstances. Alright, I won't. I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san, but you can be very mischievous at times. Put the telegram away if you don't want people looking at it. Oh, I guess we're not gonna know. Is that a clementine on the desk? Can I have one? Or is it a tangerine? Despite oranges being, like, one of my favorite fruits, I don't know the difference between clementines, tangerines, and oranges. Well, actually, I know the difference between oranges and tangerines. Tangerines are smaller, and the skin isn't as hard. You're rather lucky to find that old aquarium left behind here. Yeah, I actually should probably, what's the word? I should probably be precise and say that I actually don't really like oranges all that much. I actually prefer tangerines. Those are my favorite. The juice that I buy is tangerine juice. We're rather lucky to find that old aquarium left behind here. The prawns they put in here are doing well, and the anemones too. It's a wonderful invention, isn't it? The sea, behind glass, inside your room. Another example of Great Britain's greatness. Having to clean it out and change the water isn't so great, though, is it? The door. Do you know, I've never seen inside your room there, Susato-san. Never even peeped inside. Well, you never look inside a woman's room, you know? I should think so, too. A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know? Whatever you say, young maiden. Yeah, exactly. I think that's everything, right? I think that's everything. Hey, Susato-san, you wanna look at my armband? It means a great deal to me, you know? He cherishes armbands so, and wear it each time you appear in court. Well, not just the armband, but the katana, too. Well, it's very important to me. It's what shows that I'm a lawyer. And whenever I wear it, I feel as though it gives me strength through Kazuma. It's like a spiritual item, you know? You know, Japanese is always about spiritual shit, you know? I absolutely can't be without it, especially when I'm at a critical point in trial, so that's like your soul, is it? But just the other day, I noticed you were wearing it when we went to visit that park. Sometimes I forget to take it off. I don't think you should ever take it off at this point. You're gonna wear it in your sleep, too. So, what was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean. Oops, wrong button again. Oh, a telegram? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, but you're not gonna get away with that. Well, I didn't think I would. By the way, I have a kind of a headache again this morning, so I'm wearing my night goggles to help prevent the headache some more. It won't spread as badly if I'm wearing my goggles. Actually, don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing interesting. Boring, in fact. It was just a boring old telegram. That's 3 times now she's tried and failed to convince me it was nothing. I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point. Alright, I understand. I suppose Seki-san will arrive back in Japan by now, won't he? Huh. You know, I guess we do... I guess the cases are all kind of connected in some little way. Because, you know... I know I keep getting off topic. I'm never going to make any progress if I keep interrupting myself, but... In, like, the first... In a lot of the Ace Attorney games, right? Typically, at least I'm thinking more about the original trilogy, not so much the newer games. But a lot of the time... You know, let's say you finish case 3 or something, right? You go down to case 4, and case 3, like, you pretty much just forget that case 3 ever happened. Like, Phoenix will be like, oh yeah, now we got case 4, and he never talks about case 3 ever again. Like, unless there's a character that shows up from that case, but that's, like, usually pretty unlikely. Like, they tend to forget about the previous few cases most of the time. But... in this game, they mention, like, oh, you know how well Case 3 went, or whatever, right? Or you know how great Case 4 went. Or, remember that time we were in that boat in Case 2? So, you know, they kinda call back to the previous cases a little bit more, you know? Yes, I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. He's gonna have PTSD of Britain now. What you mean? He should have already completed the voyage already, or be just a few days away. A fortnight ago. You said fortnight. God damn it. I'm so immature. We had that very long telegram from him. Do you remember? Complaining of seasickness? But by and large, it seems the voyage has been going well. I can't believe Rianossi said fortnight. What's the last time we played Fortnite on the channel? I don't remember. Dominic hasn't bothered me about it in so long. Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? I was just wondering what might have become of Seki-san had he stayed in London, that's all. You know, actually, I kind of want to just double-check when the last time we actually played Fortnite. It must have been a long time ago. We last played Fortnite 3 months ago. Huh. I feel like it was a lot more long ago than that. So yeah, that's the last time we played it, was back in December. And we're almost... December, like, 9th, I might add. And it's almost the end of March, so almost 4 months, actually. 3.5 months, let's say. I was just wondering what might have become of Sasaki-san had he stayed in London, that's all. You mean, as regards Lord Van Zeeks, the Reaper? Yes, I can't help wondering if seasickness would have paled into insignificance in that case. Oh, I got the Reaper now. Every time they say the Reaper, I just think about the Reaper in Persona 3. What is it they say? That no one who stands in the dock can be saved from the Reaper, right? Like the way that nightmarish trial ended on the very day we arrived in London. Even 2 months on, the cause of that dreadful fire is still a mystery. Yeah, are we gonna get an answer to that? Hey, douchebag. You talking about Captain Douchebag, or whatever his name is? Sir Douchebag? Yes, but at least Saseki-san's safely out of the country now. Presumably that means... that the curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the city in London, perhaps. Even if that's the case, it's little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding. Jose, do you remember, like, Captain Douchebag, or that, whatever that guy is? Like, that tall, like, buff black guy, or whatever? If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, it would mean he wields a sort of justice itself. Damn, you don't remember? You had a custom stage of it once in Smash Bros. Like, 2 years ago. And then he got brought up kind of recently. I don't remember when, though, what stream it was. Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Surely not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants. No, I don't think so. Apparently Lord Van Zeeks hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter. Oh? Yes, since Sasaki-san's trial, he's withdrawn from judicial service again, it seems. Really? Well, what are the odds he's gonna show up? He's gonna show up once we, do this case, or the next case. Ice cream? I gotta have an ice cream sandwich today, then, jeez. Oh man, I have so many treats now. I have ice cream sandwiches, I have mini eggs, I have donuts. Yes. Ooh, I have never had Rocky Road ice cream before. Really? Just like before, when he wasn't seeing Coronel for several years. So it's just been me who's had to face him in the recent spate of trials, then? Just my luck. No, I think he has a thing for you, Ryunosuke. I wonder if luck doesn't come into it. Sorry, what was that? Oh, nothing. Never mind. Ah, what? Okay. I guess that's all here. Naruhodo's Legal Consultancy. My lodgings and office, located in the attic of the suite of rooms rented by Mr. Sholmes. I call it a consultancy, but clients aren't exactly beating down the door. With the furniture we've moved in recently, this place is starting to feel like a real office. The home and office of the world-famous great detective and his young companion Iris. It seems people from all over the globe come to engage his consulting detective services. When you're ready, let's go downstairs for breakfast. Yeah, I'm ready. I think that's everything. As per usual, this is going to be a pretty long case, since it is case 5 after all. Actually, I do have to wonder, I'm pretty sure the longest case in Ace Attorney history is in, Spirit of Justice, but I'm gonna fact check that. What is the longest Ace Attorney case? Oh, Rise from the Ashes is the longest. Oh. Yeah, okay, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, Turnabout Revolution from Spirit of Justice takes 12 hours to beat. It's the longest case in Ace Attorney history. That's what I thought too. But apparently Rise from the Ashes is pretty close to that. It's chocolate with peanuts, frozen marshmallows, and other chocolate chips and fudge. I do remember that a bit, yeah. But I haven't had it before, because fucking Walmart doesn't carry it. Oh god. Time to do a high-pitched voice again. Morning, Runo! Oh, that's not her voice. Morning, Runo. Morning, Susie. Good morning, Iris. Iris? What is it, Runo? What is that terrible noise? Sounds like a cat being strangled. Ah, yes. You noticed that, didn't you? It's Sholmes playing the violin. Haley is in the best form this morning, it seems. I was about to say, are we gonna have to listen to that music? Oh, what the hell's up with him? Hello? Hello, Mr. Sholmes? Good morning. A good morning? To die, perhaps? Has something happened, Mr. Sholmes? And it's playing, like, the funny detective noise. Like in TTYD with Pennington. It's like, bling! I love that sound. You look miserable, and the way you're playing the violin before? My analytical mind is dead. Music's dead. The world is dead. Damn this blanched existence! That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence. Why are you going all emo on me now, man? You're like the most jovial man I know. I'm afraid I understand. Well, Iris, isn't it time we ate? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me, if it's not too much trouble. Kitty. Oh look, it's Wagahai. Good morning, boy. Meow. That's be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. Well, and dogs. How'd it get there?
Hello, everyone. Time for breakfast.
Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris. It would indeed be a fine day to die. I need something like different. I don't know, it's kind of unsettling the way he's looking at me like that. Something's missing from Mr. Shulman's desk. Is it, his hat? His hat's missing. I can't imagine we need to examine everything again, right? Fire is burning comfortably in gray again today. It's a very different feeling than the Japanese hibachi somehow.
Oh, look at that photographic print of a lady displayed on the mantelpiece. Could it be? Yes, it must be. It's the woman. Oh, how exciting.
Is that supposed to mean something to me? Oh, the woman? Well, I'm glad I examined then. I got an achievement for that. Fuck it, we're gonna examine everything again, because we're seeming to get new, dialogue. There's all sorts on these shelves. Chemistry apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped up so high, I can't help the feeling that, oh yeah, I've read that before, for sure.
Oh, it's such a charmingly untidy collection of paraphernalia, isn't it?
Just looks messy to me, like my desk.
But you, Mr. Naruhodo, must learn to tidy up after yourself.
No favoritism there, then? Well, it seems relatively different in a little way, like he's mentioning his desk. Looks like that huge metal chest is being used as a table for tea and coffee. Seems very sturdy with an equally sturdy lock.
Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't go around opening things. I always have to keep an eye on you, don't I?
You did say that before. How'd you come to that conclusion? These are all the mementos of Mr. Shulman's past cases, I think. If he didn't involve my case, I wonder if the beefsteak from La Carnival would be on display here.
A mystery shoe, a curious hammer, some mysterious dancing man, a busted Napoleon. Ah, what an entrancing collection.
Looks like an entire assortment of junk to me, or like what's on my own shelves.
Well, you really ought to learn to keep your things in order, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, no favoritism there at all. Well, we'll talk to our lovely lass Iris in a little bit, but I gotta examine everything. This is where Iris notes down ideas, isn't it? Let's see, what does it say today? The Boscombe Valley Mystery.
Ooh, how intriguing. It must be the title of Iris's latest work. Oh my, I wonder what fantastic tale awaits us.
Susato-san looks like an angel. I bet she's dreaming of the most unsavory crime we could imagine. Well, Susato's blessed too. Iris's beautiful tea sets there on the table as usual. A cup of one of her special herbal blends always helps me to relax when I'm feeling the strain. Guys, I know it's like herbal and not herbal, but I don't know, herbal just sounds better to me, so I'm gonna pronounce it wrong on purpose because it just sounds better.
The English pastime of tea has many similarities with our own tea ceremony customs, don't you think?
Pastime? Pastime? Can I see what that word means? Pastime definition. Oh, pastime. I'm dumb.
Pastime.
Thanks, Google. What the fuck, man? I'm so stupid sometimes. An activity that someone does regularly for enjoyment rather than work. So it's a hobby then, okay. Bruh. I don't know, I just don't I don't see that word normally. Also, it's weird that it's... Like, I know, I get it that it's like past and time, like past the time. But it's weird that it's like one word. Anyways, enough of that.
It's the idea of hospitality behind it. That's the essence of tea.
Welcome to London, where we drink tea and crumpets. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Iris doing much writing recently. But there's paper all pasted up in the typewriter, look, as if she's about to start. Oh man, is she having writer's block?
That reminds me, When I mentioned that Iris is in the process of writing a full-fledged novel, Mr. Natsume was most impressed.
Yes, Mr. Natsume. Oh, Natsume and Iris, those two would get along great, I think.
That's what I'll be doing too once I'm back in Japan, he said through tightly clenched fists and teeth.
So yeah, some of the dialogue is different, because they're talking about, like, the previous cases and stuff. I think that's everything. Also, I love her cute little chair. It's a heart. I used to have an office chair, but I don't have one anymore. Not that I really need one, though, because I sit in my bed all day. Well, we have one more side to examine. We have Walter White. Look at Mr. Shulm's desk. It's completely clear. Isn't that enormous machine usually on it? Oh yeah, the analysis machine.
We can never hope to understand what goes on in the great detective's mind, Mr. Naruhodo.
Well, didn't he say he didn't even need the machine, because he's better at deductions anyway?
Why, next time we're invited, we may find he's vacated the entire suite.
That's scarily plausible, actually. Wait, that counted as his desk. I was trying to examine the chemistry stuff, but alright. I think that's everything. Unless I'm missing something. Wait, so... we could talk to... Sholmes. Hey, you wanna look at my armband? Mr. Sholmes, can I ask you for your opinion about this? You lure me to raise my languid head with the promise of some mental exaltation? Yet in my morbid depression, I'm confronted with the most mundane of problems. Oh. My mind finds greater stimulation in the unforgiving monotony of the floor than in your miserable offering. Always glad to help. Oh, my head weighs heavy on my shoulders. So why are you, depresso espresso, huh? You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What's happened? It used to be the case that in my hands, this violin sung like the dawn chorus. Its melody-sonant tunes would make flowers bloom. It would? But now, the muses are unmused with me. The goddess of music have thrown me over. Muses? Oh yeah, we've heard that in Persona 2.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
For hours I've bowed, for days even. Through the night I've endeavored, to no avail. Sound, my tone, is lost. A brilliant, clear, unwavering tone. Gone forever. No more recitals of unbrowed emotion.
Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley?
That's as high as my voice can go, guys. I promise. Unless I can, you know, I want to give her like a Gaga kind of like childish voice, which is what I'm trying to go for, but it does not sound very good. Don't worry, I'm sure it'll come back to you in time. Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man. The next they unmercifully withdraw it. Oh dear. Oh, why is this happening to me? If they take the turn I have from the violin for me, what is left for pity's sake? What is left? It looked like for a split second there he was gonna do his usual pose, but then nothing. Deduction perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? The missing machine.
Mr. Sholmes, I don't like to pry, but... your desk looks rather empty today.
Oh, well done, Mrs. Otto. Your observational skills do you credit.
Oh no, Mr. Sholmes, they pale into insignificance when compared to yours.
You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you?
You mean Hurley's great analyticoscope? That's at Windy Banks now.
Sorry? Is that Windy Bank?
No, Windy Banks, the pawnbrokery.
Pawn? What? You pawned it off? You mean you pawned that enormous machine of yours? It has some considerable value, you see. Quite undeservingly. What, are you broke? Are you having fucking financial issues, bro? But isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you'd consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. I should have gladly passed what little income I have to you. Dear madam, things are far from desperate. But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How can it be anything but desperate? Making use of a pawnbroker is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you. It is? Doesn't sound ordinary at all. It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works. Oh. Oh. What's to understand exactly? Yeah, how does that work? Also, when should I talk to Iris? What did you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbroking works? To people of London, pawnbrokers are akin to banks. Oh, are they gonna fucking give you interest or something? Oh, no. Banks? On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to their pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in return, they're able to trade happily through the week.
And then on Saturdays, they get to recover their things using the money they earn.
I had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us.
Everyone does it, you see, especially people in inner London.
And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn, should the need arise. Oh, how ingenious.
So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we live at Windy Banks, you see.
A pawnbroker can be thought of as an extremely secure vault. Who would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain?
Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley?
What does it matter? The world's dead to me now. Alright, well I guess it's time to talk to Iris then. Wagga high. Actually, wait, oh wait, yeah, I already showed him my thing. I'm dumb. Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled into his new home then.
Oh yes, and I've become very attached to little Waggy.
It would appear this previous owner was completely forgotten to him. I had a cat like that, actually. We adopted a cat for like 6 months or so. His previous owner left him here, and he became a stray, so we adopted him for 6 months. And, well, eventually, unfortunately, he passed of old age or something like that, I think. We actually don't know what happened to him. He either passed of old age or he died in the wild or something, which is really unfortunate, but yeah. It's because, he didn't get proper treatment, so he'd always go around fighting other cats and shit, and he'd always get into fights and stuff. He always came home with, like, damaged ears and stuff. It was unfortunate, but we liked taking care of him anyways. Kind of makes me want to have another cat, you know? Because I liked having him around. Cats are unfeeling creatures. Their mews as empty as the hearts of muses.
If Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place.
I expect he would have taken him if he could. But pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience. Wait, but then how did he get here in the first place with the cat? And for good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed.
Well, I don't mind, because Raggy's adorable.
Yeah, he really is. Oh yes, what about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where did that come from?
Oh, you noticed? You're observant, Reno. Look, I use this. It's my latest invention.
What is that?
I call it the cat flap-o-mat.
Here comes their bombastic music again. Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats?
That's right. It can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds. And it can do it in any door at all, no matter what it's made of. It's very powerful, you see.
Wouldn't it have been quicker just to make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make the cat flap?
Well, yes, maybe. But now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like.
Oh, I think it's a wonderful invention. You must make fun for us in the door of our office upstairs, Iris. She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl. Oh, what was that? Wag eye? What the fuck? What was that?
Oh no. That guy's tangled up in your violin.
I think he thinks it's a toy. No, what's he doing to it? Oh dear, Mr. Sholm's precious violin. Why should I care? What? I shouldn't be surprised. If the cat is a more accomplished musician than I now. Mr. Sholmes really is in poor spirits, isn't he?
Well, anyway, I'll hope that where it lives, shall I, Hurley?
Out of the cat's reach, if possible. Maybe he should assess the damage. Can we not talk to you? Now what? Do we examine the violin? This is the violin, is it? It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier Antonio Stradivari. Oh, I see. It doesn't really look like anything special to me. I happened upon it, covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings. How honorable of you. And until today, it's been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I've made. I ask you, is there reason to live in a world devoid of music, to tolerate this blanched existence? No! There is none. Mr. Sholmes? What, dear madam, what? My thoughts are preoccupied with the fancies of release from this dull routine. Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think? Huh? What do you mean, Mrs. Otto? Well, speaking of violins, here's the violin team.
Ow, Cece's right. Yes, the tone of the wood is completely different.
And that's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before. Wait, it's not even the right size, is it? What's this? I'm terribly sorry to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all. Then what? I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola. A viola. Oh, let me look that up really quick. Pretty sure, yeah. Instrument. The viola is a stringed instrument that is bowed, plucked, or played with varying techniques, slightly larger than a violin. It has a lower and deeper sound. Since the 18th century, it has been the middle or alto voice of the violin family, between the violin and the cello. Oh, that's cool. I might have heard of a viola in Mario RPG. That might be one of the instruments. Huh, I didn't know that. That's cool. You learn something new every day. Whoa. What?
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, are you alright?
You're right. You're quite right. This isn't a faithful Stradivarius. So what? Pray, is this piece of stringed flotsam? Not your faithful performing partner, then.
Ah, I see what must have happened.
You do, Iris?
This is just a simple mix-up.
Sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what's happened if we ask her. Here comes her bombastic music again. I notice her music also has violins. Oops. Wrong thing. So we gotta examine, and then she'll talk to us. Mix up. One thing I really like is that both her and Sholmes have, like, violins in their themes. Just kind of a nice little thing to tell you that, you know, they're related. Well, not related. They both live together. What did you mean by mix-up, Iris?
Well, you see, this viola, I mean, was at Windy Banks until last week.
At the pawnbrokers? Mr. Sholmes' beloved music partner. There's a proverb from the East, with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Well, you sure cheered up fast. Always let a beloved child travel.
Yes, indeed.
So you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience personal growth?
Oh, what a wonderful idea.
Is this entire case gonna be about Mr. Sholmes' fucking violin? Last week, I pawned my great analytical scope in order to release my precious instrument. But it appeared Mr. Windybank mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry fiddle instead. That plays like a damn fiddle! But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber. No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings. Cha, a fine state of affairs it is, and why I always say, Mr. Naruhodo, never trust a pawnbroker. They'll try to fiddle you every time.
But earlier you told us you could think of a pawnbrokery as an extremely secure vault.
Yeah, where's this hypocrisy, huh? Come, Mr. Naruhodo, dilly-dallying will get you nowhere. Sorry? Crunching your toast with that vacant aspect? Pressing your coffee so obtusely? And you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency that which we are faced?
We must visit Mr. Windybank's brokery at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Sholmes?
Precisely, Miss Susanoo, without a moment's delay. Well, you sure cheered up, jeez. But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs. My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect? To press your egg ever obtusely? Mother of all omelets, Jack. Can't fret over every egg. Alright, say no more. Let's go then.
Don't worry, Runo. I'll be happy to heat up for you again later.
Oh, thank you, Iris. What you had for breakfast then? You just had like a little bit of your bacon and eggs and some coffee. Guys, remember that video where the guys are like, anybody want coffee? Who wants coffee? I got coffee here. Hang on, I need to look up that video again. It's been a while since I've seen that. I know I keep interrupting the stream, but I have to look at this video because this shit's so funny. I think anybody want coffee? Who wants coffee?
Anybody want coffee? I'm making coffee. Anybody want? Who wants coffee? Coffee? Anybody? Well, I'm making it now.
Yeah, where's the other version? I think I know which version it is. Maybe. Where's the version where he's like in the store? Who wants coffee?
Hey, does anybody want coffee? Who wants coffee? I just made a fresh pot. Does anybody want coffee? Who wants coffee? Does anybody want coffee? Who wants coffee?
I'm sorry for your guys' ears. I wasn't expecting it to be ear rape. Okay. Oh, whatever. Enough of that. That is some funny shit. Wait, hang on. If I like say wanting to die, is he gonna go like all depresso on me again? I was wondering, Mr. Sholmes. This is no time for wandering, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh. Tut-tut, your furtive glance betrays you, my dear fellow. You stole brief at the remnants of the omelet over there, did you not? I must say you astound me with your insatiable appetite. But I really wasn't looking. Even as the words issue from your mouth, your eyes venomously devour the remaining rasher of bacon. You are quite true to form this morning, I see.
Mr. Naruhodo, please, try to remember the urgency of the matter at hand.
Yes, I know. We're all about to pay a visit to the pawnbrokers. I'm really not trying to delay us. And yet I would give odds of 1,000 to 1 that within the next 5 seconds, your eyes will settle thirstily on the last few drops of coffee in the cup over there. Who wants coffee? I think we found a title for the stream. Let me write that down because I love that video. Who wants coffee? Alright. Why does he have to deduce everything so correctly all of a sudden? Okay, go back to being depressed, Mr. Sholmes. Let me enjoy my bacon and eggs.
This is fun. Reno's eyes are as big as saucers.
Please, can we go to the pawnbrokers now, before I run out of safe places to look?
Yes, I think that's an excellent idea.
Well, I'm glad we got that fun dialogue. Alright, let's move. Wait, 2 new locations. A bustling London street on which can be found Mr. Sholmes' office and Windybank's pawnbrokery. There's a large park nearby too. Or we have Windybank's pawnbrokery. A pawnbroker shop on Baker Street. Mr. Sholmes is a regular, it seems.
A British pawnbroker shop. How fascinating.
Windybank's pawnbrokery. So this is a British pawnbrokery.
Oh my, there are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I've never laid eyes on before.
Ah, Susato-san. And that spark of wonder in your eyes. You can't wait to scour the shelves, can you? I got the impression you enjoy places like this?
Oh yes, I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me.
I've never been to the pawn shop before myself, but I know, one time we pawned off, like, our PS3 to get a bit of extra money or something, and then we had to get it back or something. Not so great times, but yeah, that's a thing that we did once in the past. My dear fellows, let us not forget why we're here. Oh wow, you put your clothes on fast.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes.
We are calling on matters of business, not pleasure. And clearly, Mr. Sholmes means business too, judging by the spark of fury in his eyes. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, sir, welcome back. Did you hear that praising welcome? Well, yes, we're potential customers after all. We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo, and it's time to inform Mr. Windybank of our ire. Come, the fight is afoot. Well, before I talk to you, I'm gonna examine. What are you doing, my dear fellows? We're not here to browse for interesting curios. We have come to teach this broker a lesson.
Oh, but there are just so many fascinating items.
Looks as though we'll have to talk to Mr. Windybank first, before you can explore in here, Mrs. Otto. Okay. I guess we'll do that first, then. Here, look at my armband. Mr. Windybank, about this.
Huh, let me see. I'll give you tuppence for it.
Oh, no, I don't want to pawn it. Alright, let's talk. Violin. Naturally, you recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago.
Yes?
This second-rate fiddle's not my faithful instrument, Mr. Windybank. The color of the wood's different. It has holes in it. It's not even the same size.
A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm so very sorry, sir. How utterly unplayable of me. An inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There's only one way to make amends.
Run away. I shall have to take my own life. Oh, we got this silly music again. I don't think that'll be necessary, do you?
If I may just say one thing before I pop off.
Oh, yes?
It is you, sir, Mr. Sholmes, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day, I believe.
Sorry?
As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch your violin when I heard, oh, here it is.
You did?
And when I turned to controvert you, you'd taken the viola and left, sir.
Oh my god, I've heard about this dude before. I watched a video about annoying Great Ace Attorney characters, and I remember this guy was on the list because they mentioned how, like, his, like, suicide jokes aren't funny or something.
However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly at my own door for allowing you to leave. So I shall not grumble or grouse any longer. May this guilt die with me.
No, stop it, dear fellow! The fault's all mine!
Whew.
It would appear that the fight's over.
I do humbly apologize, Mr. Windybank. Evidently, my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy.
Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Harlock Sholmes without that questionable disposition now, would you?
Ha! I do believe you may be right, sir. It's either laugh or cry, I suppose.
You are, it must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I did remind you of the peculiar collection of items you brought through my door in the past.
Oh? Peculiar items?
In the extreme, ma'am. For example, the unpublished manuscript of an eponymous work, the novels of Sherlock Holmes or some such.
Oh my, a new fully fledged novel? And unpublished? A story I've yet to read, you mean?
Forgive me.
Wait, before you die, you must tell me more.
It's like, hold on, before you die, I'm gonna need to borrow, I'm not gonna need to borrow some money from you. Before you die, can I be in your will?
I must know more. Tell me everything.
Wow, Sason's really fired up now.
Is there really an unpublished story under this very roof?
Well, one day the gentleman here brought in an old metal chest, you see.
I would like to remind you guys that every time I pause, that's me yawning, okay? And I don't want to audibly yawn because that's annoying.
I should like to entrust you this to your care for a while, Mr. Windybank. For a chest like that, 1 shilling, sir. Not a farthing more. It houses something of very great value indeed. The latest manuscript, recounting the adventures of one Mr. Herlock Sholmes. I beg your pardon? A manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript? Indeed I do, for I'm confident it'll be quite safe here. And that was that. As such, Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mysteries lies dormant in my storeroom. Mr. Sholmes, is that really true? You just have an unpublished story? Wait a minute, look, you can see the date on the wall. It's April 15th? Looks like. Do I sense that someone doesn't want to talk about this? I continue to pay your fee, do I not? Then kindly continue to store my belongings securely. Of course, sir, of course. They're safe and sound with me, I assure you. On my life. This is all very strange. I wonder, could I ask you something? Ah, gentleman from the east, I see. Yes, that stable suit. I suppose I could offer you 6 pence for it. Without wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat dull. Sorry? Aha! What you offer your splendid attire, ma'am? 5 guineas, no less. The colors are exquisite, the design exotic, Eastern artistry at its finest, may I say.
Oh my, 5 guineas, you say? How interesting.
Look how proud she is. Why do I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here? Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I've heard it said that pawnbrokeries are used rather like banks here in London. Yes, sir, indeed. Many of my customers utilize the establishment you describe. I praise their items and offer a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure stowage. If in that time they repay the original sum to me plus the agreed interest, their items are happily returned. Oh god, there is interest.
But what happens if they don't pay you the money?
Then the items are offered for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelves behind me.
So you never sell items before the 2 months has passed then?
That's right, man, that's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders. Should a customer's precious belongings be lost, the only recompense is for me to end it all. The very idea, Mr. Windybank, is an absurdity. One should never talk of one's demise so casually. Says the man who's telling us all it was a good day to die only this morning. Yeah, well, now I have 2 emo guys. Let us not forget that I've already helped you take measures to ensure a tragedy never occurs. Oh, what sort of measures? I engineered a simple device which Mr. Windybank has installed here in his shop. I call it the Red-Handed Recorder. Is that not so, Mr. Windybank? What was that deep sigh about? Red-Handed Recorder? What on earth is a red-handed recorder? Use your eyes, my dear fellow. Those are just they're just 2 below the ceiling.
I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device.
Very astute. It is indeed a camera furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film. And every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop. Here, I have an example I can show you.
Look at that realistic dog.
Ah yes, a print from the camera set to record the activity at the shop counter. I developed a special type of film so sensitive, it produced a crystal clear image even in darkness.
Really? That's extraordinary. Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it, look.
So you see, were someone to enter the premises with ill intent, his identity would be summarily exposed.
But Did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals?
Indeed, as you say, my dear madam.
Then what if the incident were to occur in between times?
One can only say. That would be a cruel twist of fate. I must confess your devices have been giving me some cause for distress of late. I beg your pardon, Mr. Windybank. Surely they're anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word. It's the cost of the film, sir. You most graciously placed not one, but 2 cameras in my shop after all. Which means I must pay for nigh and 100 utterly useless prints every single day. I'm afraid the cost of the film will break me before I'm much older. Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbrokery, no? My dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security comes at a price. Oh, heaven help us. Now then, Mr. Sholmes, allow me to return your precious violin. Ah, the very thing. Thank you, Mr. Windybank. Perhaps this might mark the end of the peculiar items you tried to pop, Because if anything were to happen to one of them, this would be the only answer.
I really think you ought to stop waving that gun around. Someone could get hurt.
Fear not.
Sorry?
I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one but myself could be possibly harmed.
That's not really what I meant.
Good to see you then, Mr. Windybank. It's been a pleasure as always, Mr. Sholmes.
What kind of weirdo is he, huh?
So, Mr. Naruhodo, now we can explore at last.
Alright, don't mind if I do then.
Look at that enormous ledger open on the counter there.
Mr. Windybank is, if nothing else, very particular about recording the items he accepts.
He'd have to be, otherwise he'd get himself into all sorts of trouble. Which might explain the thing that catches my eye far more than the ledger. This revolver here. Oh, I was gonna say, like, doesn't that look like a Colt single action army?
Do not entertain even a single thought of pilfering an article herein, my dear fellow. Huh? I assure you, Mr. Windybank will not hesitate to draw that weapon with a speed belying his portly size.
Oh, you don't mean he'd...
Blow his brains out? Indeed, in recompense for his blunder.
Oh my. But in any case, of course we would never do such a thing. How could you even suggest it?
Oh wait, here's something. There seems to be a little door hidden behind that curtain there.
That leads to the storage room, where Mr. Windybank keeps articles that are currently in pawn.
Ah, I see.
There's nothing of particular interest inside. I certainly wouldn't recommend any loss to this activity.
Recommended or not, it's not something I tend to do.
There's but one key, and Mr. Windybank keeps it in his pocket at all times. Before he sleeps, he places it into a small pot which he slides under his pillow. How on earth did you know about that, Mr. Sholmes? I'm a detective, sir. It's my business to know what others do not. I'm frequently assailed by information I neither care for nor wish to retain.
Mr. Sholmes, you're a wonder.
And the prime suspect of this pawnbroker he ever burgled.
What an assortment of things there are on these shelves here. Crockery, footwear, clocks, and watches. Almost anything you care to imagine.
Those are forfeited items, offered for sale by the pawnbroker.
What does that really mean, though?
When you pawn or colloquially pop an item, the broker loans you money against its worth. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, He's free to display in a shop for sale, at a price of his choosing.
Oh yes, now you explained it. I'm noticing a little price tags and everything. It's like the bank, but worse. That's like, I don't know, like, imagine if, How to explain this? It's like, imagine if you take out a loan and you don't repay it, right? Then you're like, I don't know, let's say your bank gives your money away to someone else. That's not how that works, but whatever. That's a random example I thought of. Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period of safekeeping. So you may pawn that black garb of yours without fee, my dear fellow. My treasured university uniform? Never. It embodies my student spirit. Well, that's all one really big thing to examine.
Look at this. Look at this lovely big shiny box bee.
That, my dear madam, is a music box. Surely you have such things in your own country?
Oh my, yes, but I've certainly never seen one so large before.
Shall we listen a while?
Ooh, very nice.
Wow, what a sublime sound. It's like the music of angels.
I've never heard anything like it before in my life. I do love music box music. I mean, I was listening it to, I guess I'll talk about this now, but guys, remember when I played Panel to Pawn, right? So, one thing I didn't realize about Panel to Pawn is that there's actually a secret final boss in Panel to Pawn that you can only get if you play it on hard mode, which, I spent the entirety of last night doing. I spent 3 hours trying to get to the secret final boss, and I only just made it to Thanatos, and I can't fucking beat him on hard mode. But I'm getting better at Panel to Pawn, and honestly, I want to play more of the series on the channel, which means I might actually make a Panel to Pawn playlist at some point for all the Panel to Pawn games. So, expect another Panel to Pawn stream sometime next week.
This particular specimen is of a larger variety, commonly found in public houses and restaurants. There's a metal disc inside on which the notes can be played or recorded. Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you care to imagine can be played.
My goodness, what a simply delightful machine.
Indeed. Though their popularity has waned recently with the development of gramophone, of course.
Ah, gramophone. You know, funny story. My dad actually used to have a gramophone in his house that he got from his grandpa, or no, his dad. Yeah. So my grandpa gave my dad a gramophone, and we never used it. It was more of just a kind of a display item, but it's really cool. I don't know what happened to it, unfortunately.
Science and technology advance at such an overwhelmingly pace.
Can I examine all the clocks on the wall? No, no clocks.
I like how even he's checkmarked, which means we're done talking to him. Oh, well, we have this side, obviously. We can examine the date. That's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? 15th April, today's date. Wow, that's scarily close to my birthday, actually.
Yes, that's not for sale, I must point out. It is an Eastern-style page-a-day calendar. Every night at midnight, I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date. The perfect calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Windybank.
And who was it who walked out of here with the wrong violin before?
Well, when the agreed storage period has passed without repayment, articles are forfeited, you see. So I have to keep a close eye on the date. It's something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say.
Oh yes, I can see you're very dedicated to your job.
I don't know if that's gonna be important later or not. Oh, well, I can examine the door.
3 globes of gold? Is that some sort of charm?
Dear me, have you not seen that sign before? No, never. The 3 golden balls, in Great Britain at least, are the universal sign of a pawnbrokery. There are more than 700 such establishments in the capital, all showing the same sign. Oh, I see. Oh, I'd not imagined your ignorance is so profound.
Oh, well, what is the significance of the 3 golden balls, then? Does it have some special meaning?
That is entirely unimportant here, dear madam. Irrelevant, even. You mean you don't know? You mean you don't know? Probably should I say. What's this?
Now what do you suppose this rather enormous machine does?
Seems to have 2 little windows for looking through. Is that a... Oh. Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. What you're looking at is a stereoscope.
A stereo? Fascinating.
It is aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepiece and see for yourself.
Oh, I should be delighted to. Excuse me for a moment while I just have a look.
Just before you do, there's something I should point out. My dear fellows, don't you have to, like, pay to look through those? In order to see the image properly, stereoscopically as it were, you'll need to be cross-eyed. However, if that's beyond you, it is of little consequence today. Oh, I'm not cross-eyed.
Alright then, I'm gonna try it.
That's cute.
Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, you must see, at once.
Oh, alright then. So I need to be cross-eyed. Like I'm trying to look at my nose. I have never learned how to go cross-eyed. What the? I don't believe it. It's just a photographic print, but it seems like you can reach out and touch it. Yes, the sense of depth is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. They are often found in little stalls in the park. People queue for hours to see them.
Why? Why are people meddling with such black magic?
It's no magic, my dear madam. It's, well, far too complicated to explain at present. We shall save this lesson for another day.
Oh.
That seems kind of important, didn't it? I don't believe there's anything else to examine here. Mm-hmm. Do I have anything else to talk to you about? Oh no, that looks to be it then. Well, we can go to Baker Street. You know, we still need to go there. Wait a minute. She says there's something else to investigate here. Wait, what else could I investigate? The spade? What am I missing? Oh wait, this. I just noticed this now.
Look at this. Whatever could this be used for?
I have no idea.
Ah. There's a small catch just here, look.
We're gonna open it, aren't we?
Oh my, that's amazing. It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism.
Which we'll never manage to put back to the way it was before. What are you two doing? What? Us? Nothing. No, nothing at all. Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. Feels like I've seen something rather similar to this elsewhere. What up it only toppers for it? This ain't fair, and you know it. Your call's barely worth a penny, miss. I cannot offer more. Sounds like there's an argument brewing over by the counter. Come on, that can't be right. Hey, you had to put proper butchers at it. I seen all I need to see, young girl. Oh, it's her again. Wait, don't we know? I'm sure I recognize her.
Oh yes, it's the young lady from Mr. McGilda's trial 2 months ago.
Yeah, Gina Lestrade. Didn't think I'd be seeing her again so soon.
Got him, bonnet, you lot. Hello, Mr. Strayed. I hope you've been well. Eh, what you doing me then, dear?
Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure.
So, what are you doing in here? Darn out like the rest of us. Nothing to eat. Come to pop that black weasel sorry coat, have ya?
What is it about this black uniform that makes every comment on it? I don't know, maybe you look darling in it, I don't know. Oh, good day, unless I'm much mistaken. You'd be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes.
So, you have something of value upon, do you? Allow me to see the article, I shall negotiate with Mr. Windybank on your behalf.
Pull the other one. I don't need no help from some stuck-up D. Get out of my business. Go on. We'll make chow for you.
As you wish, Miss Lestrade. I'll happily remove myself from your presence. He's really done it. He's gone. I'm sorry, but as I said, there really is no room for negotiation here. What is that thing he has in his hand? Some kind of metal disc?
And you, go on, leave me alone. Oh, Miss Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offended in the slightest.
Sadasana can really stand her ground when she wants to.
Whatever.
Well, looks like we have someone to talk to now. Hey, look at my armband. Would you have a look at, That's strange. Where'd my armband gone?
What's the problem? Something wrong? Don't suppose. You looking for this?
Yes, but how? And when? And how again?
I got a talent for it, haven't I? Diving.
That's boring on black magic. Man, what's their obsession with black magic? And it makes what I was about to say about my armband seem a little dull.
So, what you want to tell me about it then?
Well, she's got some fun music. Somehow I didn't really think you were the sort of person to use a pawnbroker, Miss Lestrade.
Yeah, well I am, alright. I'm a Londoner, just like everyone else. That's the problem, is it?
No, not at all. It's just that, well...
Hey, well, I get it. I know what you're thinking. That thing probably didn't belong there. Probably got on the dive, didn't she? Yeah, I can see it all written over your Chevy Chase.
Well, I might have been thinking something along those lines.
You're not gonna deny it, Mr. Naruhodo?
Alright then, I'm just gonna come out and ask you straight. Do you pawn things that you steal from other people?
Well, I don't know about to Scott answer that, really. Suppose, sometimes. You're not gonna deny it either, Miss Lestrade. But not this time, alright? I swear, that thing belongs to me.
The disc that Mr. Windybank's holding? Perhaps we can see what he has to say about all this. Okay. Guess we can talk to him again. Oh, he has 2 new things to say.
Mr. Windybank, what exactly is this metal disc that Miss Lestrade's brought in? It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface.
Oh, it is a music disc, you see? Freeze inside a music box. In a music box?
What, you don't even know what a music box is? Heh, you lot aren't too savvy, eh?
I know what a music box is, I've just never seen one of these discs before. The small protrusions on the metal disc encode the tune to be played by the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going, and beautiful music plays.
It's so incredible. Tell us, what tune's on this disc?
Well, Oh, Froy, I couldn't tell you that. There's so many different types of music box, you see. British made, German, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for.
Oh, I see. Now, I feel like since he's got orange hair, wouldn't he be Scottish?
And that's it in a nutshell. I wouldn't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm already offering more than I should add a penny.
That's a pocket of lies. He told me it did. He said it was, well... He?
Who?
Never you mind. It just ain't right, that's all. That disc's worth good money, I know it is.
Well then, you'll have to try their luck at another pawnbroker's, won't you?
Ah.
She's in one before, of course. This little tattered medallion.
I see.
And brought some dubious articles or other with her every single time, I might add.
Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, me.
So, is there something dubious about the disc that she brought in today? Dubious disc? Where have I heard that before? Dubious disc? Isn't that from, like, a Paper Mario game or something? Oh, I'm gonna look that up. What happens if I search up dubious disc? Dubious disc. Oh, it's from Pokemon. Oh. Okay, it's how you evolve Porygon 2 into Porygon Z. That's where I've heard it. I see.
Well, if only it were that simple.
Sorry? What do you mean?
What she actually brought in was a storage ticket.
Ah, storage ticket. So... Miss Lestrade's actually come to redeem an article from you today, is that right? Yeah, that's right. Good like me's a lot of stuff what needs storing.
Alright, yes, that's definitely dubious.
The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight. But she gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and interest. I was obliged to return the article to her.
But what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Windybank.
The little scump's wearing it, ma'am. It's in the overcoat she redeemed.
Oh.
What? What's wrong with that? It fits, don't it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does. So, what about the disc then? How's that come into all this?
Oh, the disc is something else. A new article upon the girl and I have agreed to the price.
New article to pawn? I'm confused. I thought you said that Miss Lestrade brought in a storage ticket today.
It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought in me a storage ticket and the money earned on it, as you say.
For this heavy black coat which you returned to her, as I'd understood it.
That's right, yes, and rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets.
Oh, you mean... She looks good with that black coat, though.
What? Don't you know it's rude to stare at a lady? I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it?
Instead of overcooked, we have overcoat.
If you mean this disc, then yes, exactly, ma'am.
And she immediately tried to pawn it?
For quite a high price as well. It's all rather sus, I think.
Give it up. I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would. Miss Lestrade, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place? Well, me.
It doesn't really appear to be your size.
Me, old man. It's me old man's, ain't it? Is it, Miss Lestrade?
This is definitely all rather sus.
Out of my way, please.
Who's that? Oh wow, look at this ballyhoo. Who's this picture postcard English gentleman?
Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen.
Wait, isn't that McGilded's theme song? I guess it's not unique to him, huh? Okay.
What's your pro, eh?
There's no problem, as long as you remove yourself. I have a matter to discuss with the proprietor.
I'm just gonna use my Inspector Hosonaga voice, but make it British.
And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for hiding you deserve.
Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet. If you think he's such a jet, you should know how to wait in line.
Well, you're an impudent little brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket.
Eh? Who are you? How you know who I am?
The question is, how do you not know who I am? You haven't the courtesy to remember the faces of your victims, it seems.
Eh? What? You mean from you?
Broker? Oh, yes, sir. I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article for you, no? Yes, The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once.
Oh my. Not to lie, what are you trying to pull?
Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel, and needless to say, any music box discs too.
No, you can't have it. You just can't. It's the old man's. It was. Now it's mine. Goodness, Mr. Naruhodo. This is a very awkward situation.
Yes. I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail. Oh boy. This is gonna be, certainly interesting, isn't it? Although I'm kind of tempted to do this next time, though. Fuck it, whatever.
Miss Lestrade, is what the gentleman is saying... What do you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on my life, I ain't never laid eyes on that dandy before.
Let's hear it now, you little ragamuffin. You stole it, didn't you? That ticket you brought in here just now.
No, I swear to God.
It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street, minding my own business, when this little gotterling ran into me. I knew at once what had happened. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Those wretched pickpockets.
Yet again?
Oh yes, as you can see it, I'm a man of impeccable style. This isn't the first time I've been targeted by those backsum scoundrels. Now then, relinquish my overcoat.
Eh.
Come along now, Mr. Straight. Give the good gentleman his coat back. If you're gonna cause trouble, I should have no choice but to call the police.
Hold on, why everyone think it's me? Just look at this dandy coat, and you think I'm the dodgy one?
I'm sorry, but no one's going to believe you.
Well, what about evidence? Yeah. Where's the evidence that I've stolen something, eh? Come on, let's see it.
Oh, I have evidence, naturally.
You what?
Evidence that the article Miss Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman?
Of course. We need only consult Mr. Windybank's ledger to know the truth. We'll be able to look up the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place.
Yes, brilliant.
I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Oh.
I never ask customers' names, that's a strict policy of mine.
But why not?
Well now, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity.
Yes, I see. But then, how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking to redeem it?
Oh, it's quite simple. Good sir, Might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question? Of course, it's... Professor. Yes, that's right. And all the evidence we need. This gentleman's the rightful owner of the article, without doubt.
The watchword? Interesting. So it's like, it's kind of like those security questions where it's like, what is your mother's maiden name or something? That's a new one. Watchwords? So about these watchwords, Mr. Windybank.
Well, as I just explained, I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why. With certain customers, we'd like to keep their activities secret.
That wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Sholmes now, was it? Great Detective said no dark secrets. None at all.
Yes, well, anyway, that's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of numbers used to unlock a vault. The date of the deposit, a description, and a watchword uniquely identify each item. And of course, then I give the storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword.
And if that someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article?
That's right, sir, yes. Just as soon as the requisite fee is paid. And I have supplied you with the information you require already. But for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question's an overcoat, deposited 2 months ago on 15th of February.
Wow, that's like a day after Valentine's.
With a watchword of it, Professor? All perfectly correct information, sir.
But how?
Really, this is beyond the joke now. There's no further room for doubt.
Is that it? I guess we can talk to you, right? Excuse me, but who are you?
One would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first. Though clearly you're not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you.
Oh, sorry, yes. We're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here.
Oh yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place. Its inhabitants live on some fiery brown-colored soup, dressed up with exotic spices.
You might be thinking of somewhere else. And what was that theatrical gesticulation about? Gesticulation. Gesticulation? I'm gonna guess that's another synonym for gesture? Use gestures, dramatic ones, instead of speaking. Okay, yeah, so I was kind of right then.
Perhaps anyway, if you're a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first, before inquiring after the name of another.
Of course, yes. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law, really. My name's Yuzato Mikitoba. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's assistant.
I see. My name is Benedict. Yes, Eggert Benedict.
That's the most British-ass name I've ever heard. Benedict?
Enchante.
He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but that name is... sus.
Now to the matter at hand. My overcoat. Return it at once. There's someone with the style to carry it off.
Every move he makes, every breath he takes, I can't even stand watching him.
He does look good in that, though, I will say.
So let that be the end of the matter. And thank you for your custom, Mr. Eggert Benedict.
I keep wanting to say Egbert, like the Egberts in Mario RPG.
With such reasonable rates of interest, I may even decide to come back.
It's why, grown-ups. Just because I'm a diver, everyone thinks that makes me a liar. And the contents of the coat pockets, if you please, broker.
But of course, sir. Here's the discs for you.
Just this one?
Pardon, sir.
I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another. Another disc?
Oh dear. I regret to inform you, sir, but that was deposited with me was merely the overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it till now.
So, Gutterling, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, are you?
Says who, eh? I don't know nothing about it.
Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style.
Wait a minute. The dead disc is mine.
Oh, what do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal.
Oh my. Yes, there's blood on the disc.
Look at all those sharp little bumps. That man must have scratched his finger on them.
I found it first, alright? I mean, it belongs to me, old man. So you're not having it. Oh, you. Take it, you take it.
Me?
If I hang into it, they'll have me off again. So you keep all of it.
Miss Lestrade, why is this disc so important to her? The music disc box. A metal disc used to play music in a mechanical music box. This piece of music, which remains unidentified, is stored on the disc by means of small protrusions. What if it's not music at all? What if it's like a secret message or something? You there, in the black livery. Run that disc to me at once, please.
No, don't. He's lying. Grown-ups are all liars.
What do I do now? How am I gonna resolve this? Who do I talk to? Mr. Windybank's clearly at a loss here. You have to do something about this before he reaches for that revolver of his. Look at those piercing eyes. He's clearly in no mood to talk. I have to do something quickly before this mysterious gentleman leaves to fetch the police or something. Wow, Miss Lestrade's really looking daggers at that mysterious gentleman. We need to do something to calm things down before she loses control and attacks him again. Oh, played in the music box. Look at Mr. Windybank watching diligently over his shop. There's still so many things I'm curious about. Somehow I don't really feel like this is the right time to be browsing.
Calming this fraught situation must be our first priority.
I'm fairly certain we can find just the great thing we need among the articles here in this shop. Wait, really? What do I examine? I thought we were gonna like play it in the music box or something. Oh, hey Sholmes. I kind of forgot you were here. Mr. Sholmes, what are you examining with such keen interest there? As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see. So, you found me at last, Mr. Naruto. Sorry? After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to look in the shadows. Cruelly ostracized as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind, but was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. So feigning mock interest, I pretend to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. Whilst, as you shrewdly observed, gnawing on the only friend I have left, this 7% solution of caramel. Pray, do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruto? But how could you? I was so lonely, so desperately lonely. Then why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things have gone from bad to worse here, you know. Yes, I have heard much of your conversation. Or rather, in my craving for human contact, my ears have found every last word that was uttered. You really were sad, weren't you?
Poor Mr. Sholmes. I
feel simply awful for you.
You seem that my interferences are correct.
Oh, surely you're not about to tell us that you solved the entire case once again.
My dear madam, sometimes I wonder, were my genius for deduction to be commoditized? How much could I pawn it for?
It seems that Mr. Sholmes has had another of his flashes for inspiration.
But who knows if it'll help resolve the situation between Mr. Straight and the mysterious gentleman.
What's the right thing to do here?
Let's listen to the deduction.
Well, Mr. Straight, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament.
You know, I think this would probably be a good place to end it for now. Because I have a feeling that he's gonna, like, throw us into a fucking, like, spectacular again. So, I reckon this would probably be a good place to stop for today. So, yeah, guys. As always, make sure to like and subscribe to me on YouTube and Twitch. And, later tonight, we're gonna play some Minecraft. So, I'll see you guys then, alright? So, bye!